Also,
Mandela effect IRL.
There was, you know what? There's also one of the scenes they edited out from the from Breaking Bad. Something with the vacuum cleaning man.
Oh, interesting.
There was a really nice scene with him that they edited out. I don't know why. Like it does. It's really weird that they edited out really good scenes with actors for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why that they would do that. That thing really ticks me off. All right, never mind about that. We are not watching Breaking Bad. We are in fact on Simulacrum. LE, just in case you did not know, stands for Legacy Esports. Legacy Esports. which supports none of these players. With the southeast corner of the map. Representing Brave Star Gaming are Blue Protoss. The Storm himself, he is Hurricane. And in the northwest corner of the map are Red Protoss. Representing Jinair Greenwings. It is the Trap.
Otherwise known as Barcode.
I tried to go into the whole "it's a trap" thing, but I did not enter that joke well. I did not. The angle went in with that. Like
you have to go in at the right angle.
He's abandoning us.
Well,
quite freely.
Happens every, you get used to it.
He got bored with the Breaking Bad Vertical Assault talks. I don't think you should watch that show. Or maybe he did and he didn't like it, which is, I don't know, which is damning as far as I'm concerned.
It is possible.
Flaw.
I mean,
consider it personality.
A flaw. It's a character flaw. You always have to add that in for, if you wanted your characters to be more unlikable, that'd be how you do it.
What's this character in this show? Well, this character doesn't like Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. So he's the villain, right?
Well, speaking of villains, Trap, with a little bit of that, a little bit of a misplacement if that was meant to be a pylon block.
Yeah,
but
it doesn't.
Just,
I mean, I think usually you do that in order to make sure the way is open for your adepts to come in later on.
Yep.
But I think it's just mistimed or something. I don't know. No. It's already cancelled.
More misplaced, I think. Yeah.
Or maybe you just wanted to block the probe from going down the ramp to get the Nexus on time.
Or look, I think it was just a power move. Yes, I don't care that I misplace it. I have it down.
Hurricane is like, this is where you place the pylon, noob. Get out of it, casual.
Get out of here! I made it to the round of 4 of GSL. How many have you done? What have you done?
Well, there was the one in 2005, there was 2015, 2014. Let's see how many seasons of GSL Trap. Very different.
Yeah, no, Trump plays Hearthstone.
Let's see, 2019, season 1, season 2, season 3. Actually, finished second in 2 GSLs in a row.
Yeah. Only Sue has done that before him. And speaking of coming in second, Depths are coming in and putting in a lot of damage on top of these probes. He is trying to go for snipes, trying to get some of these key units, namely the sentries, but not quite getting them. These sentries are actually putting in a lot of damage on this Oracle, but not quite getting it out.
But it does get the adepts. Nice use of the force field there to stop the adept from waddling out.
Hurricane actually losing quite a number of probes to this.
Yeah, 6 probes is quite a bit. but not the end of the world.
No, it is not.
Hurricane is going with Blink, but Trap is getting a robotics facility. Shield battery is at home. If Hurricane is going for some kind of a stalker push here, he's gonna find himself in a lot of trouble because Trap will have enough to defend, and is gonna have these oracles here to.
I'm thinking it's more to deal with the. Yeah, I'm thinking the stalkers. He's getting them now with Blink just to deal with the oracles. If it works out later on in the game, then it's great. It's definitely something that you'd rather have and not need than need and not have. Blink, that is.
Yeah.
But,
I guess if he wanted, he was going for.
It's probably not his end game.
It's actually getting more stalkers.
Oh.
Doesn't have a work prism, so he can't reinforce.
Yeah, he doesn't even have a robo facility, so it's not going to be a stalker immortal push. It's getting the forge before anything else.
That's why I was assuming he was going for some kind of stalker push, because he doesn't have any other tech beside that.
He's getting the forge before anything else. That's...
Yeah, it looks like he's abandoned this. He's probably going to get a third base and try to take up and go into the mid game rather than just try and make a senseless assault right now. But Trap, speaking of senseless assaults, getting a lot of gateways, getting glaives. There's a war prism on the way.
Yeah, he's already.
Looks like everyone's going to be pushing.
He's already in his mid game right now, whereas Hurricane is struggling to keep up there. Trap is just looking for some kind of angle, see if he can get some kind of harass anywhere, but he's gonna be playing it a little safer, as he is known to do in the past. Hurricane gonna be responding with some chargelets rather than glaives, and I don't know, I think glaives are probably favored against charge in this scenario.
They're not gonna do much against stalkers though.
Well, when you have that much firepower, or when the fire rate is that high, it does tend to stack up. Trap now moving across the map, and he is getting ready. I think Hurricane. I don't think the third Nexus was the right call at all for Hurricane to make, because now just look at the army supply. Trap almost twice as much.
I thought this is the only way for Hurricane to get ahead in the game though. Because his tech is quite far behind on behind Trap.
He is gonna have to defend like his life depends on it, but I don't think it's gonna work out. You do see a couple of oracles just waiting, but now the main assault is in. Oh, good use of the force fields.
Oh, they're gonna get lifted.
That is forward, but yeah.
Not quite catching anything.
That is something that we in the industry might call a clutch move. Oracles are coming in, but very quick reactions coming out from Hurricane. Does actually take out one of them. And I think... Yeah. Okay, you know what, Steel? You were right. I think you were right, actually. He had to get that third base, and he... So long as he was able to defend that third base, it's the only way he could get back in. And now, as we see, Hurricane has defended that. He is also actually ahead. And now he's slowly getting his tech. So far in the favor of Hurricane.
Yeah, he did lose a lot of workers, but he has rebuilt that. He has a third base. And yeah, and Trap's assaults were quite costly compared to what Hurricane lost. As long as Hurricane gets some kind of tech that will enable him to survive this next assault, actually, he won't get... That robo is just about to finish. It won't be able to make anything against these 4 immortals. All these that's a lot of glaives, and I think.
And more importantly, that's 4 immortals.
That's going to use the shade ability to get around the army here, and go for some kind of.
Exactly. Try to get a well, yeah, that's a possibility. But I was thinking more of maybe try to get a body block so that these immortals can come in, but it is trickier to do when there is blink. So maybe it is.
He's getting a robotics bay, and he's not making anything out of the robotics facility. He's gonna go for disruptors, but that's a long time coming. Okay, now he's starting to make an immortal, but Trap already has 5 immortals, and there's a DT
and they're
shrine
all in the front.
Well,
yeah, this is I don't know, I still think Hurricane has a chance, but it is looking more and more worrisome as time goes on. He does have the defender's advantage, he is on 3 bases, so as long as he's able to hold something, he should be able to still be in this, but that's a big if. 6 Immortals, no, yeah, 6 Immortals here. Oh, but the Warp Prism gets sniped, and that is the start. That is the start of something beautiful, Steel. Immortals are starting to get picked off here, and look at this flank. This is a beautiful position for Hurricane, and I think, you know what? It's getting brighter.
Yeah,
the odds are getting brighter.
He's gonna make him 2 at a time now. Yeah, he's getting a Twilight Council, not Twilight Council, the High Templar thingy, Templar Archives. Yeah, that's the one.
High Templar machine printer.
Hurricane may have bought enough time. He's sending these stalkers around, forcing Trap to run around. He's gonna make sure Trap doesn't get a 3rd base, and Trap needs a 3rd base. It's 10 minutes into the game. He is going to be mined out very soon.
Those are his zone, Steel.
Sorry, I thought
those are his zone. Hurricane didn't get.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I was kind of waiting there. I was kind of thinking, does Steel notice?
No, I did not notice. It took me a while to.
Oh, alright, a little bit of wasted purification over, but there's still plenty available. Really good nice connection.
Yeah.
But there's just not a lot of units here. Another fantastic purification Nova.
Immortals.
I think if Hurricane can just continue to get these connections, I think we're gonna see a Blue Protoss victory very, very soon. I don't know why I doubt it, my boy.
It's the sentries as well. Trap is out of sentries in this position. Still has this Immortal in, he's still doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, sometimes the Immortals are just enough, especially when you have 6 of them. Count them, Steel, 6 of them. Hurricane is losing his robo facilities.
He catches the two
Disruptors, yeah. But Purification Nova is doing a pretty good job of zoning right now. Hurricane on the back foot. It was looking really close for a while, but I think Trap just about might have done it. Hurricane is supposed to pull the boys. This is still very, very scrappy. Trap is still only on 2 bases, so as long as Hurricane is able to hold, and it's looking a little bit better as time goes on.
Oh, the Immortals are very long health.
Where's the Warp Prism Snipe? Where's the Warp Prism Snipe? He did it!
GG's.
Steel, he did it! Oh, that went down to the wire towards the end there.
We didn't have Game Heart on, so we didn't see that while this was happening at the beginning of the fight, Hurricane did manage to sneak into Trap's base and kill a lot of probes. So Trap was definitely all in from that point in this fight.
Indeed. Wow. And I guess you could kind of see there the extent of, I mean, just how effective Immortals can be, especially when combined with Trap's micro. That was such a close ending to a game. I'm enjoying the ASMR. Right.
Yeah.
Well, since you know what, since you do that, I am just gonna be 1 second.
Nine. So we are going to go into Eternal Empire now. The Empire, which is, as is mentioned before, Eternal.
Right, don't have to worry too much.
There's a bit of a clutch series there, a clutch game we saw before. These two are very close in skill, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, you would. I mean, I think most people would probably favor Trap, but honestly, Hurricane has been looking so good today throughout this entire tournament.
Alright, we are on Eternal Empire, LE. EELE, if you will. Now, EELE stands for Entry Endorsement Limitation Epicenter. Entry Endorsement Limitation Epicenter. That's when you recall to the Nexus, and you don't click on enough units, and a limited amount of units manage to be recalled. That makes sense. In the northeast corner of the map. All the way from the land of Korea. Representing Brave Star Gaming. Currently up 1 in its best of 3 semi-final of today's tournament. Give it up for our blue Protoss, the Hurricane. And in the southwest corner of the map, representing Jinair Green Wings, one of the best Protoss in the world. Give it up for our red Protoss, Trap.
Otherwise known as Barcode.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, nothing too insane going on here. Coming in from our 2 players. Hurricane just getting his very standard Sentry and Stalker. Meanwhile, Trap is looking to be a little more active, getting his Adepts before anything else. Rolling them all the way across the map, which is something you absolutely want to, if you want to be the player that is active, to get scouting information and whatnot. Gonna seek a pylon hint. Not even a pylon block. Once again, Trap just trying to style on Hurricane a little bit. Just getting a couple of power moves, but you know what? He might not be able to this time, as Hurricane is up 1-0 in this best of 3 series. Depths are starting to move in. Hurricane actually playing it quite a bit defensively here. Immediately getting the shield battery after the Nexus, and I'm not too sure why that is. It's, I don't know, maybe he just wants to play defensive this entire game. Which, you know, hard to blame him. In the previous game, Trap went very early with the harass. But he had a couple of Adepts, he had the Oracle. This time Trap not going to be doing quite the same thing, but I mean, he does have 4 Adepts that are trying to sneak into Hurricane's base. Hurricane not going to let that happen though. Alright, there's that Robo Facility coming out from Trap. Gonna be the first tech of choice coming out from our red Protoss. Multiple ways that... Yeah. Alright, now drink water.
You see the fight?
Not quite.
Alright. So, just like I was saying, Hurricane is playing the blue Protoss. I know everything that went out in the game, because I was here for the entirety of the beginning. Seems like it's gonna try and shade in here, but shouldn't be... Oh! Okay, there you go. There's a block from Hurricane. Right on clutch. No, Blink is starting for Hurricane, as you kind of want when you go with that many Stalkers.
Oh, it does not get the block! In time. But the Sentry is here.
3 Adepts here are in, so it's gonna get a few worker kills, but it's gonna probably lose all of these Adepts. I don't know if it was actually all that worth it. 7 probes dead so far in the game for Hurricane.
And a good scout coming in from Trap.
Yeah, so that was probably worth it for Trap. So he lost 8 Adepts, but killed 10 workers, and a couple of sentries as well.
I think the key thing to note here is that now Trap knows exactly what Hurricane is going for. Does see the Twilight Council researching something, sees that Hurricane has a lot of Stalkers, so at this point you're kind of thinking, I wonder what you might be going for there.
How come there's no Korean player called Wonder?
That probably is, that we're not aware of.
Let's consult Wikipedia for a change.
Alright, and start making assumptions and whatnot.
Wonder.
That's how you want to do it.
No, it doesn't look like there's a...
Maybe another esports.
Oh, I think there was someone nicknamed Wonder, but I don't think they're a player, maybe? David Wonder Sheed from Solaris Gaming.
Solaris?
I don't know if they're a player. I think they're an interviewer.
It's a name I've not heard in a long time.
Yeah. That was...
And speaking of things
that was back in the day.
Speaking of things that we haven't seen in a long time, or things that we won't see for a long time, Hurricane going for the Robo Bay, as it worked out really well for him in the previous game, whereas Trap gonna be committing to his Gateway army.
Yeah, so we kind of saying what we saw in the previous game, but except Hurricane is in a much better position tech-wise this time. It doesn't have to buy time and save the third in order to get this kind of tech. It just goes to it immediately.
But will that make him complacent?
I don't know. Trap is kind of pushing out across the map, but Hurricane is getting the shield batteries. He's blocking up the path here. Trap does scout this. Here we go. War Prism is going to set... No, it's not going to set up in the main.
It's going to be elevatoring a couple of these
these
Immortals, but good
and
sniping.
Catches the War Prism. The Immortals are stuck on the high ground now.
And this is good, possibly devastating. Oh, the Adepts are trapped! The Purification Nova gets everything there. Trap's attack completely deflected. Hurricane just has... There. Hurricane does not just have a leg up, he has his entire body.
Holy crap, that was such a good defense by Hurricane.
Indeed,
and he's gonna get more of these Immortals.
I cannot believe that Hurricane was able to defend against Trap this well. So good at positioning, so good at target fires.
They're still on relatively equal army supply, but look at the units lost stab. Just the trades for Hurricane are so good. Trading Stalkers for Immortals.
That's twice.
And 20 Adepts.
That's twice the Immortal the mineral count for...
Yeah.
That's... Hurricane has the ball in his court. And he's not even looking to end it just yet. He just wants to take up some third bases wherever he can, just in case.
Yeah, and he comes in with the War Prism full of Immortals of his own. But Trap is doing what he should be doing, is just using the Adepts to make sure Hurricane won't move out because it's too dangerous.
Disruptor, don't die. Where's the shade? Where's the shade? Oh. That's where you get the Adepts that did in fact shade. Meanwhile, Hurricane is so smart.
Wow, that was a pro gamer move there.
Hurricane. He is looking at things from the 8th dimension right now. He knows everything.
It doesn't look like he's playing against Trap.
It really doesn't. It looks like he's playing against a diamond player. No,
well, always a diamond. Okay, but not Trap.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's playing against the 2-time GSL runner-up.
It looks like he's Trap playing against Hurricane.
Really? You know what? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they have their names switched.
Yeah, maybe we got the WCS interface switched their names mistakenly. I don't know.
Somehow I doubt that might be the case.
But wow, Hurricane is just playing a monster today.
Indeed, he is now trying to push in. Not even fully.
Dodge! Perfect dodge.
And now here comes the Disruptor from the back. Steel. This man is a genius, indeed.
Oh, that's an Immortal actually. That's an Immortal and a Disruptor in there.
Alright, but now Hurricane does look like he's in a little bit of trouble here. Does get a recall. It's actually a forced recall here as Trap is looking to be very, very aggressive here.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose the War Prism. Oh, nice dodge there. But now he can't just move in and pick up the Immortals without losing the War Prism.
Like you said.
And this is going to be cleaned up. Didn't kill that many probes. Hurricane lost 11 probes the entire game.
And remember, 7 were from the Adeptoress earlier, so he's only lost 4 probes to that.
And again, look at the units lost step. Hurricane is just losing gateway units, and he's trading them for immortals, for a fuck ton of adepts, for another warp prism.
Trap is only now getting his Nexus, but Hurricane does need to be a little careful. Does manage to keep the Warp Prism and the Disruptors alive. Steel,
5 Disruptors.
I cannot believe it, Steel. Hurricane is playing so insanely well right now.
Yeah, thoroughly impressed. Especially against a player like Trap. Who's by far the favorite here. And Hurricane also, we didn't mention it, but up on by 2 upgrades.
Yeah, he does. He is on +2 weapons compared to Trap's 0.
Yeah, and Trap. Trap doesn't even have a forge.
Whoa!
Can't even start the upgrades.
This is what happens when you commit yourself to just playing the most standard game.
You're gonna kill some more probes. Actually, not that many. Only 3.
This, I am at a loss for words. Steel. Hurricane though, his worker count has evened out with Traps. He isn't producing any more, whereas Trap is starting to produce 3 at a time.
Well,
gotta have to be careful here. So many Zelts went down to that, and the Disruptors of Hurricane have been taken out. I think Trap, Trap might just be back in this.
Yeah, these were the miracle shots he needed. But he can still take a few. Gotta be dodging. Gotta be careful. This is a choke point. We'll be dodging. And now they're finally even in terms of resources lost. Hurricane finally lost a few expensive units.
Apparently that's all it took. Ooh. Couple more Purification Novas, get some good connects.
Oh, he's out of Novas here. That's fake Phoenix. It's not going to be otherwise the fake Phoenix, otherwise known as Terran Lord. Aha! Shout out to Terran Lord and Phoenix. Tears will be doing fantastically in the Overwatch leagues. But yeah, Trap is just losing all of these. Oh, he's actually not losing the. Okay,
I've actually got a bit of friendly fire there. Disruptors are trying to go in, but nice blink away. Coming in from
Still
Trap.
has all of these disruptors, so they're still very dangerous, but they are.
Hurricane!
Oh, don't eat that!
That might have just been the first. Okay. That might have just been the first mistake out of many. Hurricane cannot afford to make any more like that.
Well, he does manage to push Trap back, and he has been on 3 bases for a longer time.
I don't know. I kind of feel like at this stage of the game, just keeping your opponent back might not matter too much. Purification Nova gets a fantastic connection. And another one. Okay, I think Hurricane might be back in this. He snipes another Disruptor there.
He's trying to trade much better again.
And again, this is... I kind of feel like this is Hurricane's game to lose, right?
Yeah, Trap is down to 2 Disruptors. He's making more, but can do some. This space is way saturated. He has to evacuate this.
That indeed he does. And
he's dropped on over. My God, that was about 15 probes.
At least.
That was about 15 probes just died there.
At least.
And the 3rd base. Yeah.
The Purification Nova will be able to get things.
Nice place there, though. Yeah, GG's goal. Hurricane 2-0 Trap.
I cannot believe it, Steel. The dark horse throughout this entire tournament. Now coming in to take the absolute favorite player. Arguably the best Protoss player in Korea.
Arguably now. Very arguably now.
Now it might be Hurricane.
Wow. That was really cool. That was fantastic.
So many good trades going on there. I kind of feel like I needed a break after that. I was so hyped.
Now, We're going to go into Soda versus Cure.
Yep, our second semifinals of the evening.
Mm-hmm. Autocasters are eager to start that as well. What time are we? Oh, we're only 2.5 hours in.